Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So as promised, I wanted to do a read on Mars retrograde, which will come in as of December 6th for us. But before we get started, I just wanted to send my love to each and every one of you for all the ways that you lift and support this channel, for all the love that you share and connect with me on. Seriously, thank you guys. I love you back. I hope that these messages are as healing to you as you are to me, because truly you fill my bucket, and hearing and connecting with each and every one of you truly fills my bucket and helps heal me as well. So to get us started, as of December 6th, Mars will be going into retrograde, and it'll grace us with retrograde all the way through February 23rd in 2025. So we will get to have this rewind, if you will, with Mars, and it'll help with carrying us through into 2025 to a point where it'll also kind of give us a preview or a glimpse to work on our New Year's resolutions, realign with our path. And so Mars is basically the go-getter planet, and during this retrograde it'll get a rewind. And during this time it's also going to be starting out being stationed in Leo. It will move from Leo to Cancer as of January 7th. But while it's in Leo, which is the zodiac superstar, it'll prompt us to review, rework, and reassess our relationship with aggression and with drive. It's about where we're investing our energy. And so as you can see, when we first start out with this retrograde, one thing that we'll be prompted to review and reassess is misfortune or endings of the past, backstabbing, retaliations. What this is really allowing us an opportunity to do is to release, to focus on the bright horizon that truly is meant for us, and to let go of what was holding us back. So like I was saying, Mars is the go-getter planet. It's tied to vitality. It's also tied to our creative instincts and the ability to fight the good fight, if you will, when necessary. And it also is tied to our willingness to take decisive action. And when it loops back into Leo, being the superstar, it very much is associated with the physical heart. That's a lot. I'm going to put those back because that just kind of felt... But it's associated with our physical heart. Really finding our heart math and our heart map with following our intuition, following our dreams, following where we're fighting the good fight, where we're investing in our energy. And with the High Priestess, this is also about trusting ourselves. Things in the past, misfortune, defeat, you may have endings. You may have come into recent questionings, or during this time with Mars retrograde, you may have been looking at this again, looking at these endings, looking at this misfortune, or the jealousy, the deceit that you had encountered along the way. And it's led you to, in some ways, unfortunately, come to a conclusion of really questioning your own intuition, questioning your own discernment and your perceptiveness. During this time, it's when we're tasked to basically learn how to unleash our radiant gifts and share our special talents basically sustainably and also respectfully in this life. Now, side tangent too, during this time, you may also feel a tendency to lash out or assert yourself either too much or too little. And so it really brought to mind when I was meditating on that is there's a saying up north where basically when people ask you, hey, how you doing? The typical response is 50-50. And at first, when I first heard that, I'm like, what does that mean? Does that mean that you're just okay? How come you're not great? Kind of thing. And it made me really question it. And so I had to, of course, ask. But basically what it means is to stand in the middle, stand firm in the middle, so that you can accept the great and also handle the worst. And so it allows us to really be our own rock. And so this is an opportunity during Mars retrograde where you may see or feel a tendency to lash out or assert yourself too little or too much. And it's about coming back to the middle. It's about basically looking at approaching your goals, things where you haven't put enough effort in, or things where you've tried too much. and really looking forward as to getting back to that grounding, getting back to connection with following your heart and how it impacts and manifests the physical heart. Also looking at the idea of questioning in your relationships. Are you severing bonds prematurely rather than working towards compromise? Or have you given too many chances where really it's better to walk away? It's at the cost of yourself that you're really finding it's not reciprocatory. Instead, it's just giving, or it's asking you to give too much. And so with the Eight of Wands, what Spirit is saying is that during this time, communication will be on the forefront. Especially with Virgos, this Mars retrograde is going to begin in our 12th house of spirituality. And so, like I say, it's going to challenge the way we think about, it's going to challenge, I know what I can try and say, I swear I can talk, but you're going to feel maybe challenged to think about the ways in which you're exerting your energy or not exerting your energy, to care for your well-being, to trust your intuition, and to follow your inner voice, to follow your heart. And this will basically lead towards approaching your goals with an acceleration coming into 2025. This is about communication. It's about receiving good news and feeling unrestricted from those vices from the past that has set you back. You are free from the past. You are protected from that past. That past can no longer hurt you. It isn't meant to make you question your intuition or trust or your discernment, but instead it's about embracing the wisdom so that you've become an even higher elevated spiritual teacher, so that you can accelerate towards reaching those goals. And so with Mars in retrograde, it really helps us explore or re-explore our relationships with force and frustration. And especially with Leo being so theatrical, it nudges us to investigate areas of our lives where we're either giving too much or being overbearing or too timid in our self-expression. And so if you have been feeling like the past has silenced you, if you felt that you've needed to mute yourself, mute your voice at the cost of yourself in order to please others, this is a time to really re-explore that and really re-explore owing to yourself, standing for yourself and your truth about where you're being overbearing or too timid in your self-expression, but to really find your voice, especially when it comes to where you're exerting your energy, caring for yourself, listening and voicing that inner voice, and shining and letting it shine, as well as listening to that intuition. And with Three of Pentacles, this is also an opportunity. Don't be surprised where with Mars, once you come back to the middle, once you come back to that 50-50 and even things out, stop giving too much to things that don't serve you. Start investing your energy into things that truly do. You're embracing that high priestess power, and you're being recognized for that meaningful work. You may also see as well that at this time, not only is good news coming with this Mars retrograde, but monetary rewards will be manifesting during this time. You may also see too a development of teamwork, collaboration in projects, devotions to your community through your creativity, especially when Mars comes into Cancer from January 7th through February 23rd. This is a chance where we're also asked to access and assess which undertaking is worth our energy, whether it be our relationships, our collaborative projects, mostly too our long-term wishes, our highest elevations, our aspirations and goals. And so you will start to see, especially when it moves into that Cancer sign, that really it's all about where you're investing your energy. Where you're investing your energy, period, with your relationships through collaboration, but also in pursuing what you're meant to do. And with the Four of Wands, this is your harvest. This is your success. This is also a time where you'll find and feel the stability and peace within tribes that really lift you, that are meant to support you, and that are meant to be in harmony with you. That coincide with your goals, that lift you up to achieve so that you're set up for success. And if that resonates, by all means, like I say, share your story in the comments below, or just even put a heart if you don't feel comfortable. But either way, let us help support you on this channel, on the Honey Sea Star Tarot, because truly you are meant for good things. You are meant for greatness during this time. And like I say, if there's work to be done, you'll be steered toward the best and next steps, basically. Let us help you do that on this channel. Let us celebrate and support you as you make those choices. Now, what I'm also seeing here too, and again, it came out with the Eight of Staffs here, is expect things to move rapidly during this time. You are being recognized. And not only will it bring quick growth, it'll bring excitement for you. Mars is the go-getter planet, and this is kind of like I say, this is the time when the go-getter gets the rewind. You get a second opportunity to really look at what you're investing your energy in so that you can fight the good fight when necessary, as well as take decisive action when the opportunity arises. And with the Three of Coins here, this is about also education, learning, dedication, mastery. This is a time to shine those skills that you've worked so hard for, especially the ones where, say, you've always had an aspiration and it's kind of like you work on it, but there's other things, other demands that have come to the forefront. So you haven't been able to devote enough time to it or as much energy to it as you want or would like to. When Mars retrograde is in your 12th house, it'll reconnect with that spirituality. It'll challenge you to think about how you're exerting your energy so that you can invest it wisely. And you can exert your energy basically in ways where if there's work to be done, you'll be steered towards the next best steps. And when it moves into Cancer and moves back into our 11th house, it's about networking. It's about aspirations. And it gives us a chance to really assess which undertaking is worth our energy at that moment so that we can set ourselves up for success and network with people that really truly share that common goal, share that common ground. And so with the Four of Staffs here, this is about, really looking at where you're giving too much energy, feeling that lack of support, family trouble, conflict, for instance, disharmony. This is a time where it really allows us to look at that and find the right collaboration projects that are really, truly rewarding in the way where they're not just taking. It's a very reciprocatory aspect. Also, too, especially with conflict, when we're in our 12th house or when Mars is in our 12th house, like I say, just as a word of caution, it may, you may feel that tendency to lash out. It's fighting that good fight inappropriately or fighting when there's not a good fight needed. When it's not worth the energy, basically, but instead to turn about face and take decisive action for recognizing that it doesn't suit you, that it doesn't serve you. And this is all about, in a lot of ways, standing up against powerful, dominant people in your life in a lot of ways. But it's also, especially when it's in Leo with that theatrical superstar kind of aspect, it's not dimming your light for when you're dealing with people that have higher status than you, whether it be within their role that they play with you, in a job, in your relationships. But more importantly, it's about standing in your power, shining your light, exploring your relationship with frustration and force, and the juxtaposition between being too timid versus overbearing when it comes to your self-reflection. And so it's really about standing true to yourself in the face of the Emperor, standing true to yourself and not conforming to society's rules, following that group thinking aspects, but mostly trusting your intuition, trusting your high priestess power, and also trusting that you know that you are on the right path, that what you're building really truly is meant for you. And new ventures you will find, like I say, not only will you see yourself being recognized more, you see that monetary reward come through that really also will help with filling you to keep going, to reinvest in those areas where it's like, oh, jeepers, is this the right one for me or not? Excuse me, guys, I so apologize for that. But if anything has been keeping you down, holding you back due to fear, This will, like Leo, will really help with giving the strength. Following your heart will really give you that strength to take action with excitement, with adventure, with hope, but also with fearlessness. And it's really leading towards, during this Mars retrograde, to put you on the right path, to come back to the 50-50, come back to the middle, so that you can invest your energy wisely. Find the return on investment appropriate for you, whether that be financially, whether that be reciprocatory in your relationships, your partnerships that you choose, so that you can achieve your 10 of Cups. And if that resonates, like I say, please, by all means, share your story, like, share, subscribe. Let's get this message out to as many Virgos as we can, because on this channel, it's all about lifting each other up and setting each other up for success so that we can take that leap of faith with the Fool's Journey, to lead our lives with wonder, to lead our lives with optimism, but also truly know that we are together, we are stronger together, and we are here to build each other up so that we can focus and move towards those long-term wishes and those long-term goals. This is also, too, where it's going to take work, right? There's a temptation of giving too much or too little, investing too much or too little during this time of retrograde for Mars. Spirit wants to remind us that through perseverance, through looking at and assessing which undertaking is worth our energy, the battle is half won. It's going to be refined, right? It's going to need that refinement. But it's through that perseverance that truly will lead to that success. And it's through that grit, that moxie that keeps us going, where we will find that inner balance through the Temperance card. Find that peace, find that harmony, as well as find that discipline for self-restraint, to not go to lower ourselves to other people's levels when they want us to, right? To not lash out or even sever bonds prematurely, but instead to lead through love leadership, to stand and fight the good fight where it's necessary, and also take decisive action and work towards compromise when it's necessary, but also be able to take decisive action to walk away when it's not a good return on investment in our energy. And so for those that are struggling during this time, during Mars retrograde, if you are struggling with lashing out, being too assertive, severing bonds prematurely, or just really struggling with that emotional challenge that it'll test us with, check out the Honey Sea Star store. All of the designs are meant to empower, uplift, and inspire so that you can take your power back and walk through your day standing in your power. Take a look. It'll help support the channel, but also to let me know what you think, like with those power words, how it affects you during your day as you wear them, and as it's kind of like that gentle reminder to let you know that you are not alone, that you are walking through this life with us on the Honey Sea Star, but also too that Spirit, the divine, your angels are all walking with you, and you indeed are protected. So let me know what you think. I'm just very curious. Now, I did also want to go ahead and pull some spirit animal totems for us. And so with the humpback whale, this is again about where to invest your energy, especially with your networking, your aspirations, right? And with the humpback whale, Spirit reminds us that we are a singer. It's important to sing your song for healing in this world, to heal in this world, and your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goals, except for you. Align with your purpose and the power of your soul that you are meant to gift us with in this world. And two, you are not alone. With the dog, it's all about friendships. And Spirit wants to remind you that today, Spirit will love you without condition. The Honey Sea Star will love you without condition. You are not alone. Your energy and your enthusiasm are an inspiration, and choosing to be happy is also choosing to know and have faith that you are protected and you have friends nearby. And with the sea turtle, this is also about protection. You are the master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm, singing your song, and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. Now, I also do want to just quick look. My camera's about to die, so I apologize. I'm kind of hurrying, but I did just want to look at the music therapy piece. And the major arcana that we have in this reading is standing in your high priestess power. So if you are feeling any type of blockages here, especially with your third eye, with connecting to the divine, try playing around with the chord of G sharp. Try embracing purples, blues to really elevate yourself into that highest vibration and reminding and knowing that you truly are divine within you. You hold God's love, the divine's love, Spirit's love in you and within you as you walk through this life and share your gifts with this world. So at this point too, if you are doing meditation during this retrograde, focus on your third eye. Positive affirmations like knowing and having faith, trusting that you are naturally intuitive and that you hold a vision, that you're allowed to dream as big as the universe and follow those long-term wishes. Invest in those long-term wishes. It'll really help you with getting that energy moving again so that you can trust that intuition and embrace your high priestess power. And so, like I say, I'm wishing you guys the best during this Mars retrograde. Please share your story if this resonated as well. Please like, share, subscribe. Help get this message out to as many Virgos as we can so that we can all uplift and support each other during this retrograde so that we can all, too, work towards helping raise each other up to invest our energies with collaboration projects in our relationships so that we can build a successful path towards our highest wishes. And so, like I say, please like, share, subscribe. It certainly means the world on this channel. But either way, I am sending all my love and light. I hope you guys have a happy Mars retrograde, and I'll see you in the next reading.